Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Had an advantage in the 2v2, they back off completely. There is a concern here though for Closer, he's very pushed up, but Chovy's low, so a minute in Aurora, he should be able to get out.
Should be able to. Does get caught there, as you can see, down to 50% now as Canyon gonna try and get out. Oh my god, he's almost gonna kill both of them, which is kind of ridiculous. Lands the Q there as Closer just needs one more auto. That's gonna be it! First blood goes over, 1v2 for Closer in the mid lane.
Looks like he doesn't want to go out, he wants to go in, and he gets the kill on the Canyon, who's had a disastrous early game so far. The handback, just get the scuttle.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win this one, but with Chovy turning up, it's looking pretty favored towards Keen. Finds the shock blast as Morgan is going to have to come in and he saves his teammate. Oh, bro, with all the answers, man.
As long as you're not in that last spot, you know, there's infinite possibilities when you get to the later stages of the tournament. You can still fight your way through.
Yeah, and just a reminder to everyone, they just need to win one game to at least equalize with B&K.
Yeah.
So if they win this one here, even if they go ahead to like just lose back-to-back games after this, would be absolutely amazing for the bros. Chovy still struggling here into Closer, who's able to avoid quite a lot of these buttons. Humbug moving over, wants to try and deny, but not going to look for too much more. Not baited by the Unbound Soul or anything like that.
Yeah, we do see has been fantastic this game. That's the second cannon I've seen him miss.
Hey, he's missed like every cannon, still 525 gold ahead, GigaChad. Pretty good.
He's just being very generous, you know. He doesn't want to make Chovy feel too bad about it. Chovy's the farming guy, you know. He needs to let him catch up a little bit.
Oh, Polu's coming up here, looking to try and cause a ruckus. Might be that they can get some decent damage onto this turret, though, as we can see. Duro is over here, and Canyon's in the vicinity, but that is a lot of damage as the Zenith Blade doesn't quite work out here for Duro. The ulti comes through once again as Chovy is likely to die because Humbug is there waiting for him back at his soul, and now Duro, he's just by himself. Ruler is going to move up. Deadly Flourish gave away his position, and they are just going to exit. 2 kills now for Bro. Pretty clean.
Some great target selection there, you know, turning onto Chovy.
As it looks like Gen G are going to be able to even out the Dragons. That is going to get them another third of a feat of strength.
Yeah, quite the deficit they've had.
Morgan, I don't think, is going to be able to stop this one from going down. So that is just feats of strength, or at least 1 for 1. And now the objectives become all that more important. Yeah, you got the money from doing the feats of strength things.
Yeah, the stats themselves aren't that crazy. And the tier 3 boots aren't that gold efficient, so you don't really get them until like late in the game ever. So it's one of these things that are nice. But yeah, Bro definitely still in it if they aren't able to get it, because right now Gen G has the lead for those. Is the Rift Hole picked up? So actually dead even, and that next Dragon will kind of decide who is able to get the feat. This is more so like, no, I want to do damage. I want to hit things with my shock blasts.
I find it interesting that it's Black Cleaver into it as well. Often with the Muramana, you see a lot of lethality style builds, few different items.
Be generous, GigaChad, this time.
Indeed, that's what they're going to do. And so that is going to be the Dragon secured here by Gen G. They get themselves the feat as well. Really felt like that moment was like the classic Paul Walker presses his NOS button and then Vin Diesel's like, haha, kid. And then presses his at the very end.
Presses his harder.
Yep. And it just works a whole lot better, a whole lot of anything at all.
Yeah. No, you still have your root and your also OT coming in.
You convert attack speed to damage. It's alright, we got a teleport coming in from Morgan. Polo already taking a lot of damage as that Deadly Flourish. Pretty dangerous onto Hype, but he's able to move himself out of the way without having to invest the cleanse. Chovy and Morgan with the same idea as Morgan. Gonna mitigate some of the CC, but the Solar Flare still going to connect. Vault Breaker comes through. They look for Chovy on the back end. He tries to ult his way out, but Morgan says no! Duro is likely to fall as well, but Canyon's already taken down Polo, but he falls for it, and Closer is also there. Flashes over the wall to pick up another, and just slips between the veils. Can he keep himself safe? That's the question. Is Hype not going to be taken down, but it's great aim from Ruler, and he secures 2 off the back end of the fight to win it for Gen G.
What are the things to play right now, though? Dragon in a minute 30.
I think this is one they don't want to give up. Giving Soul Point over, especially when it's Infernal Soul. Oh, and they're going to lose their outer turret as well. Bro, kind of a little bit more focus on Ruler is going to be helpful, but it felt like they were doing the right things in the last fight. As, the Hex Splash opportunity to come through as the Unbound Soul not going to be enough there as the ulti. Oh, nice. They interrupt the Blast Cone, and Chovy is delivered on a silver platter. Duro going in as well. Does have the Eclipse to try and keep himself safe. As now Morgan is spotted on that control ward. Humbug burning down, and Ruler's able to take down the cow. Deadly Flourish almost just kills Humbug on his way out of there. That could be an Otacon angle potentially. Without Chovy, it's a little dangerous. 25 around the map. Chovy looking to just grab Soul Point for free here by himself.
It's so difficult because Bro don't want to give up pressure around not only Baron, but Otacon as well. And then as a result, they just end up sacrificing Dragon, and now Gen G, things are kind of mounting up. They've got a bit of a gold lead, but more importantly...
As well, this control ward does spot out Gen G as Bro pulled the trigger. See whether it's actually going to be the right choice, though, as a teleport does come in from Morgan. Right on top of the rest of his teammates, making sure that he's going to be here to assist. As Polu, there's the Unbreakable Will. They've already committed to that button as Stranglethorns come in. They do manage to secure this Otacon, and now Duro is likely just dead. Chovy was looking to come in, but doesn't quite work out there. That shock blast, a lot of value, but no follow-up. And Bro are just going to say, all right, may as well take the Baron as well.
Can be a little bit risky as the health bars get low. Yes, it doesn't matter if they die, but if they give up the Baron, that definitely does.
Oh yeah, there's the pulverizers. This ulti right into the backline is gigantic from Humbug. They take down Ruler. They learnt from their previous mistakes. And now Morgan dives in. The Baron gonna help him out there as Gen G. They've just fumbled the ball.
Beautiful play from Bro there, though. No intent to finish the Baron initially. They wanted to fight with the Otacon buffs.
This would be so Bro if they lose Baron to a shock blast from Keen, but it's not going to happen. Humbug is going to be able to lock that one down, and that shock blast is somehow going to miss. As, of course, it was blind, so he was just trying to find an option.
That Dragon would have crumbled, but Bro go, look, we have to do something. We can't just let the game be lost.
This is what Bro didn't do ever last year, right?
They did in the Kesper Cup. This is the new energy.
Yeah, man.
When you pay your Bro tax, this is what you get.
Exactly. And they're going to get Solar Flared as well. As Humbug going to try and get out of there. Will successfully do so. But remember, of course, you know, it's a quick trip home as
Canyon
just gets one shot.
Where'd he go?
One shot by Closer. What the heck was that? Damage was absolutely obscene. This guy sitting on 3 items. Shadow Flame, I believe, was just completed. And yeah, Gen G learnt about it. Inhib turret gonna go down. Inhibitor sure to follow. And remember, they still have the Voracious buff. This is still basically risk-free as they utilize their Baron to continue pushing. Oh, man. That's a 5,000 gold Red Bull Baron power play.
And you know, what else?
Hype moves over, and yeah, Bro, I think have probably afforded themselves a bit of map control after what they've done. So the Drake is going to spawn and immediately does go down. Hype now with 4 items. Void Seeker's not finding. But I guess their role is to seek, so you don't necessarily have to find. Is now Morgan going to be able to dash his way out. Good wave clear here for Gen G, though.
Yeah, Hype just ate a shock blast. I mean, this build with the Jace, you're kind of more bruisery. Your shock blasts don't do that much damage.
Humbug is just dead. Okay, there's a 2-man pulverize from Polu, but no follow-up for that one as well because Closer was nowhere in the vicinity. They're looking now for Chovy, who ults his way forward. They get on top of Polu, who gets another pulverize. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough, although the Acapian Rain is making things happen. Hype gets into the backline. He's flashing after Ruler, and he'll find the Void Seeker of Death. My God, that did so much damage, but they're unable to take down the Jhin, who I don't think can even afford to press his ultimate button because if Hype hits him with a W, he's just dead. And so he's just going to hold on to that one. And in the end, Bro actually make it work.
I'm not even sure if they had vision of Chovy because Hype avoided the ult coming out from the Yone. I'm not sure if it was blind or not, but some fantastic moves. If he got hit by that, completely different fight. I guess we're going to see the Ruler just can't do anything when he's reloading. He's fumbling, the bullets are falling out of his pocket. He's trying to get them in his gun.
Yeah, he's like, his hands are shaking, can't get them into the revolver. Oh, God. Oh, no. We've all been there. I haven't.
You don't pick Jhin.
What's a gun? Well, Morgan, he's going to get snared, but not too worried about it as, oh God, here comes Closer with his bazooka. The Stranglethorn's not really getting enough down as the ultimate now employed by Ruler. It hasn't actually landed any kills just yet. Bro's health bars are starting to fall low, though. It's now Closer in trouble. And another pulverize here from Polu, which is his death throws in the end. So Humbug and Polu both falling down, and Bro...
Bro want to stop this. They have to move in the fight. Morgan half HP, Closer not there. It's 2v5 right now.
Yeah, Keen at full health is so scary as well. Deadly Flourish is going to stop him in his tracks. So back to the Baron they go, and Gen G will be able to secure that objective. A minute and a half. Right now, Gen G still very, very strong. Even though they're 5,000 gold behind, a lot of that doesn't really matter here at 35.5 minutes. It's a lot to do with who manages to get the fight they're looking for. And I'm really glad that you mentioned Canyon, because I feel like so much comes down to how much value this Zyra damage can actually bring them. Because he has been sort of finished off relatively early, hasn't found a lot of value with these Stranglethorns in some of these other fights. That last one really showed what you can do if you do manage to get it working well. But Bro just take control of the Dragon, and they will be able to take that one down. They traded for an inner turret, but that's all to do with this super minion wave prioritizing the Baron side of the fight, as we can see.
I think this...
Oh, Deadly Flourish comes in. The ulti gonna get that cleanse out from Hype.
Cleanse and flash, that's big to secure.
I mean, Chovy almost just died as he dives in! I don't know about that one, Hype. Oh dear, he's gonna go into his Zhonya's. The rest of Bro trying to turn up. Chovy almost dead, but he's not. That's the main thing. Oh no, we were talking about that challenger energy and it wasn't what we wanted to see. Morgan deciding not to flash, he get himself out of that one. And oh dear, that could have been the whole game.
And move straight over to Dragon and get both Soul and Fire, and they were so close. They've had such good control this game, and Bro.
Oh, they should have communicated that, at least to Hype. But yeah. This inner turret, not long for the world.
I just like, I hate the blame. I don't want to put it on anyone, but there's going to be someone in the chat who hasn't paid their Bro tax and is just realizing now. Yeah. This might be on you.
Yeah, and you might be busy blaming Hype, but that's not how that one goes as they engage. They do find the Jhin in that backline, but can they get more? That is the question. Duro taking a lot of damage, trying to taxi his way out, but the only way he's getting out is in a body bag. Double kill for Closer. And yeah, they're back to the underdogs, and they're back to winning.
Whoever just paid their Bro tax.
Yes, right, it was you. I'm scrolling. Leo and a bunch of numbers. You are the best. Thank you so much.
And it is going fast.
It's going fast, but the track is long. Let's just say that.
It is a long journey. We are still...
Whoa. Okay.
Not exactly... In fact, not Nightmare, you feel like scales that well.
I'm not going to say that that's the late game item of choice that I was looking at, but I'm not Ruler. And I never pretend to be. As Grasping Root's going to land once again, but Headbutt Pulverize is going to be in response. Stranglethorn's not getting a whole lot of value, and my god, if Hype ever lands these, and they're just dead, as Canyon does have to go golden, into the backline goes Closer, and he keeps himself alive between the veils, and he's going to be able to get out. And Bro, they just take 2 from the top side of the map. And they're going to see what they can do versus 3.
Yeah, Closer's going to recall. He's got TP, can get back in. They got to make sure the health bars stay high. Ruler's ult can do so much work here if people are low in health, but it looks like they're going to TP in Closer. Sorry, Closer's already TP'd in.
Yeah, Morgan. He's got 6 items. He can just walk at this Jhin. Look at him. He's like, I'm going to block it for you guys. My health bar does not go down. But Rulers does, as we can see. Killer Instinct into the backline once again, but this time for Hype, it's going to work. The ulti from Chovy doesn't work at all, and he times it well that time. Hype's gonna go golden, and the Bros, in the one game out of the 3 that they've played so far that we thought that they would not get a look in. This is the Kesper Cup champions doing it again against Gen G.
This is what your Bro tax is paid for.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot of DPS between like the Varus and the Urgot.
I do feel like Canyon is now down here on this wave to look for a kill onto Morgan.
Now,
and he is Jax, but he's also Jax. Like, it's gonna be tough. They're waiting for him to press his buttons, but they may not even need to, as Counter-Strike does finally come up. The turret's getting frustrating as another dive here towards the top side. Polo tanks as much as he possibly can. And yes, there's the death of Morgan towards the bottom side as the Sonic Wave, oh god, calculated this time from Hype. I guess.
The health pot running.
Now moving over towards the Dragon.
Great angle.
Yeah. Keen's just teleported in as well. As they're expecting him near these grubs, but Humbug's going to come down towards his bottom side. Good disdain to get Keen out of there, but the safeguard forward. Tempest and Cripple. And the Q is going to miss, but I have a feeling Keen is still dead. There it is, Leap Strike and the Empower, and that is the kill.
Yeah.
Nice little gift for Morgan here, who does need to be strong in this game.
TPing in that because Chovy can move in. And this is important that Chovy is here because Handback, Lee Sin can easily steal away a neutral objective with the X.
That's 2 objectives immediately though here for Gen G.
That's pretty massive. A good
They
start.
have all of them. but any that Gen.G can pick up means like Void Mites and all that sort of stuff, which can be a little bit of trouble. Bro gonna move in. All right, Arrow is gonna find Ruler in the back line. Completely insane here as Morgan now diving forward. Finds the counter strike. The kick is gorgeous onto Ruler as well, and he'll even find the Q. Chovy manages to take down the Pigeon on the back end of the fight, but they don't care about that. Bro are looking to grab 3 grubs for themselves.
Those 2 ultimates they still had, they got massive value from, able to
How did Hype hit that? That was sick.
Threaded the needle, honestly. Now, Dragon going down very quickly.
Yeah, that is just going to be feats of strength if they're able to do this. Polo getting the information, but there's not a whole lot they can do about it. It's Humbug moves over, and he's just there to see it fall down.
Yeah.
And so it's Chemtech Soul. We can get here pretty quickly. Does find a Q over. Let's see whether he goes in for this steal. This is almost an opportunity, but decides that they do not really mind about it as they're trading a tower on the bottom side. Point for Gen.G unless Canyon makes his way in. Try and steal this one away. Right now, Chovy moving down towards this fight as well. That heroic entrance going to be an opportunity as Polu taking a lot of poke damage. The Rip Carol being thrown down in the middle of this one as well, just to create chaos. Great kick out. But now, can they actually win the fight? That's the question. As Polu, the Flash Magnus Storm, but just gets thrown out of there. Beautiful mitigation and peel. We mentioned that Gen.G has this in their composition. They'll now be able to move Shelly towards the mid lane and grab that outer turret. And they're going to be able to grab a second charge as well. Some extra value. And possibly, yeah, even this inner turret at the same time. So yeah, grats on you, Ken.
Like, as in more than 0.
Well, Chovy's going to be able to grab the second turret for Gen.G, sorry, third turret for Gen.G, as they were able to eradicate them from the mid lane. They also grab the outer on the top side. And Arakan might be considered now as well. So 4 turrets to 1. Bro really losing out, taking damage here as we can see. Yeah, we're going to take the northern entrance. Let's see what they can actually find here as they've broken the shield on Ruler. That is definitely valuable. Hail of Arrows coming down though. Arakan getting lower and lower. Can Humbug make something happen? That's the question as Chovy looking to get in position so that he can press that ult button and not get interrupted. Okay, Keen, are you just going to disdain forward? He is. Let's see how much damage he can actually take here as Polu just gets obliterated. Humbug gets into the back line, but I don't know about that one. Lands another Q, gets the flash kick to take down the Urgot, and now it's Closer's turn to do that damage. He rips through them as Ruler now in the back of this Baron pit, and look at Morgan. Yeah, he might have been adorable there when he was polymorph, but now he's flashing on your face and taking you down. The Hail of Arrows might create a bit of space here, and without Flash, not going to be able to catch up to Ruler, but that is Morgan on the bottom side of the map, destroying inner turrets. They spot the fact that Keen is down there to answer him as Chovy now moves in. Arrow going to connect onto the Galio here as Hype just standing forward. And the Q is going to connect from Humbug as he moves on in. I don't know about this one, Gen.G. It's a little bit scary, but they have Keen moving up a little bit earlier. Teleport's available for both of them. And they've taken over the Arakan. The ebb and flow of this fight, though, you can see now Morgan moving in, spots the teleport, might see that this is the time. Magnus Storm this time finally working up, but the polymorph is gorgeous. Onto Morgan into the backline. He's stunned forever, but he still has access to that counter-strike, and he's still going to be feared beyond death. Closer gets in there, 4 people with the ultimate, and now Hype. Can you do it? Can you be the savior? Can you be the hero? The Flash is so good! And the Bloodthirster keeps him alive. It's 1-up on both sides, Chovy versus Hype.
Bros managed to clutch back a fight where it looked like they had no right to win it. Closer goes for the shuffle and manages to land it. Hype is pixel perfect on the cleanup. He knows Chovy is here.
Yeah. Can he win the 1v1? I mean, he's looking pretty good. And just wants to get
on the top side of the map. And it's like this dragon is just invisible.
But the real problem here for Bro is losing these turrets. Is never mind, Hype is just gonna find Canyon. He's just dead. Okay, now a big teleport to come forward. The Emperor's Divide comes down. He's thrown into the blender, quite literally. But now Humbug looking for Keen, looking for the opportunity. And Chovy, he's gone golden, but Hype is still at full health. Can he get the DPS? That's the question as Morgan. He dives in. He's got the counter-strike again, and Humbug is a monster on this Lee Sin. Chovy almost kills all of them. But in the end, it's an ace for the Bros.
The value Handback is getting on this Lee Sin from Hype is consistent. Those lack of sums doesn't cause an issue.
And look at Humbug now. So he's He's over here, gets knocked up, flashes over the wall, finds another Q.
He's just playing so well. He's just so good, honestly. And the thing is as well, because it's this tank Galio, if this was like full AP Galio that we used to have back in the day, I think Chovy would have just dominated that fight. But he survived a long time. He nearly did, but just the damage wasn't quite there. We do see Genji pick up the Chemtech Dragon, but the Baron went over to Bro.
I think Genji is just going to say, all right, you can have this silly Otacon thing, because it just hasn't been a very good time for us going up towards the top
coming in.
side.
I think they want to be there.
Yeah, never mind. There's too much DPS. There's so much DPS here. 3 items on Closer, one of them being a death cap, as now Polo's trying to move them out of the way. The first arrow to miss, but Otacon goes down, so who cares if the Bros are going to die? As Closer just throws Chovy over the wall. He tries the heroic entrance and is going to successfully do so, but he's still not in a great position because look at Hype. He's able to free hit another kick to death here from Humbug. As the Bros are just taking no prisoners, man. They're all still alive. No one's sent back to base just yet, and they'll be the ones to start ripping through these turrets now.
And they're just playing so well. Genji want to contest Otacon, want to get over, but they just get locked into a fight where you're against the buff, you don't have hopes. But like Morgan is a demon on the back line, Hype untouchable, and Hambak. This Lee Sin has been so crisp.
Yeah, this is like the best part about this, right? Is it's not that Genji are playing really badly and throwing and all this stuff. Bro are just playing insanely well.
Genji, honestly, I mean, it's Bro with some of the best lead we've seen so far in the LCK Cup. And now looking at ending the game.
Yeah, Keen is probably just dead. Wild Growth is kind of fantastic as Canyon gets into that backline, but he is going to be destroyed. No one can touch Hype right now as he is actually going to be sent back home. But there it is. Bro pick up, it's unprecedented.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Go back to the old school triple lane.
Yeah. And without as much protection on the top side, can make things a little bit bothersome, as Delight is just being annoying here. Takes a buckler to the noggin, is okay, let's see whether Zeus can survive this one. The flash out from Lehens, and the fully charged up turret is a bit dangerous, but it should get a little bit less excited, and there it is. First blood going over to Gio, and meanwhile, on the other side of the map, or in the middle of the map, there is a dead Ambessa. So, immediate first blood going over to a kind of awkward spot. But Peanut, happy Christmas, going to be moving over towards these grubs now to see whether they can deny that feat of strength, as Gio going to get smashed into the wall, actually taking a lot of damage. Ignite coming down. No Steadfast Presence was available, but the flash in, and Delight is just going to solo kill him, basically. I think that was like 1 or 2 autos from Viper, and otherwise it was all the Poppy.
Yeah, pretty rough, and honestly, Gio unfortunately uses both his sums. Delight really doesn't care about flashing. He has Hex Flash, he just unlocked it.
Yeah, he actually, it's Poppy as well, like the ultimate Hex Flasher.
Yeah, Gio just in a poor position there, and Gideon gets 2 grubs and gets out, so he's kind of okay with that situation. But yeah, it feels like they kind of caught sleeping by Delight there on this point.
Yes, straight up. It was a very weird kill, because it just was like Delight found a heroic charge, and then they were like, oh, but it's just Poppy, he'll be fine. Wasn't fine, actually. Just
yeah, and now
kind of died.
20 CS lead between the 80 carries, which is a large amount this early. And it's fortunate that Nongshim got that first kill on the Jiwoo, because if they didn't, this would be even more dire.
Well, Peanut is, you were saying even more dire. I think this fits the category as the Nature's Grasp comes through. Oh, unfortunately, they both get caught. It's pick your poison as far as who you want to take down, but Delight is dead as the turret is going to take him out. And now Peanut is going to get revenge, but the turret is also getting revenge. And so I guess, Gio, welcome back to the game. See that ward, so Zeus with full information. Peanut nowhere in the vicinity. I think they're going to look for it. Vault Breaker to come through as Kingen throws down the ulti just to try and clear out some minions, but Gideon just going to die. Kingen also going to die on the other side, as we can see here. And Zeus says, what the heck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, so I guess Nongshim just not prepared for the fact
Gary's Aya moving into the mid-game.
Yeah, is now 1,000 gold up.
Yes, he's now finally got there. Some grubbies being considered here by Nongshim, as well as Peanut going to move on over. Does find the Nature's Grasp, but the public execution into that back line. Peanut pretty tanky though, and now Viper is there to deliver the damage. Lehens going down lower and lower, and Fisher is basically out of the fight. The double knockup from Zekr as he dives forward. He's going to find another one, actually giving a double kill over to Viper, who's on 5. Remember, this guy hasn't died all season. Well, actually, no. Since his first matchup against Gen G, but since their last matchup, he hasn't died.
4,000 gold deficit right now.
Yeah.
And half of that is between the 80 carries. And, you know...
2.2k. It was...
Let's just amp it up. There's
we were
an extra...
exclaiming about the 1k, like, I feel 2.5 minutes ago.
There's an extra 400 gold.
Fully taken as, of course, we've got 3 grubs apiece, but it wasn't all in the same set of grubs. And Gideon is going to be able to secure this. So first dragon going over to Nongshim. All right, there's a positive, because it means that, like, because it used to be that the top side of the screen was where all the bad stuff was happening, and the bottom side, you can just ignore the other side, and it's fine. That teleport was actually hilarious as, okay, Zeka going hyper-aggressive, and there's Delight again! Gio able to get himself out of the way, but it's not good enough, and what the heck? This puppy is still going! Decides he doesn't even need to press his Keeper's Verdict button, because the damage had already been done. Blade of the Ruined King done, so the Yone is very frightening if he wasn't enough already. It's going to be out of turret secured by HLE. Peanut thought that he was needed, but he was actually kind of not. It might just be that this turret is given up, although Zeka can unbind the soul, look to clear out the wave. And it's going to be a tough one as, okay, there's cease and desist as the public execution comes through. The flash out from Zeka, let's see whether... No, he's not going to stay alive. That is just a lot of commitment and a lot of damage as HLE looking to answer on the other side. Yeah,
a little bit overconfident. His ult came up literally 2 seconds after he died.
Oh, God.
So if he had that, maybe he could have gotten away. But yeah, the flash vial is really Gideon saying, I've had enough. I'm sick of your shenanigans. And they will be able to get a tower and an objective bounty out of this. Positives?
Yep, there is that. That is. They did lose an inner turret on the top side of the map, so maybe that goes against the positives. But you don't need to look at that. That's Gideon to the moon.
Racking up the bounty right now.
In the meantime, Viper is 2.9 thousand gold ahead.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's like a full item. And we can see that it is almost a full item that he has completed.
I feel like it's so... Woo! Those drive-by teleports.
That's so fun.
I feel like it's... Peanut.
Peanut is just having some fighting. The rest of the team not fighting. Oh, hi, Shelly. Welcome. Didn't see you there. But she is going to be able to help take down that inner turret. And another one is going down on the bottom side of the map as Peanut could be... No, is he going to be in trouble? That's the question, as Viper's going to come on over. There's the flash out. Cease and desist will kill him, but Gideon's going to go down as well, and now the fight is really broken out, and Nongshim want nothing more of this. But the flash forward comes in, and Zayas says, no, 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 no. We are fighting. The all-out comes in, trades for the killer instinct, as Jiu's going to be able to try and do something here. Flashes. Oh, the Void Seek was almost enough, but another heroic charge is going to be the end of him as public execution, and somehow Zayas is still alive! Oh, get that! It needs to be back in the chat again. I know that we called for it before and it filled up the chat, but it has to come back again. This Cassante is doing some Cassante things. Oh, God. Fisher couldn't do, he couldn't do any of his buttons because Zayas had another knockback. Oh, he can get that blood pedal.
Yes.
You can get that blood pedal. That's value.
That's... Oh, the flank.
Oh, God, wait, maybe it's working. Maybe it's working. It's a TP over the wall from King in Lahens. He's turned up. I mean, Gideon's already dead. They dive in on top of Viper. A whole bunch of buttons are pressed, but he has the... Oh, he stole it! And he stole it! King and picks it up! And they managed to take down Viper there as well. The damage... They're getting Cassante! Oh, God, they're getting mega Cassante. But the Yone's dead, and the Cassante does finally actually die. And they don't really die themselves. So in the Keeper's Verdict, I think they're going to keep themselves alive. But man, Nongshim, the Noodles making
their
way
with it. That doesn't mean that the best use of your buff is just charge into the tower against Maokai Poppy and die.
And it's I want to make that clear. Okay, Kingen throws down the ulti. There's a public execution as they get underneath the turret. That's another cease and desist, and Viper is on the floor once again. Zayas is also dead as Delight, the next one on the chopping block. As Fisher, yeah, he's just going to be sent home. The ulti comes forward from Zeka, but doesn't find the target, which was Gideon. He's going to jump onto Jiu, though, and he is going to be sent home. As Lance comes back, he really dies if he does go down. The anchor is going to be avoided. And Nongshim have brought this game back to within 2,000 gold.
I mean, they've gotten so much value out of this. You know, excusing that when Gideon and Lahens went on the tower and just died, the gank after that, the play after that, sorry, killing Viper without the ult, and Fisher, who had a very underwhelming and best of games.
If you get ult flashed and then public execution, and then everything else in the kitchen sink, as Peanut's going to get engaged on one more time. Getting confirmation that Viper did actually have the ultimate and just didn't manage to press it.
Oh, well, Viper did have ult. So that's just a uncharacteristic misplay for the player who didn't die in the last series against KT.
Yep.
Just didn't press his ult there, got caught off guard. So Nongshim, though, they're now actually doing damage. I think there's a significant change to Peanut, at least. I'm not sure how much they're going to do to Zeus when he presses ult, but...
well, he did lose half of his health bar. And remember, whoever gets this next objective does get the feat.
He does that when he presses ult anyway, so is he really... Yeah, I think if he loses the other half, that's when he's got to be concerned. But
HLE are looking a little bit frightened about how this one's going, as there's the ulti forward, giving Fisher a bit of his own medicine as a twisted advance to lock him in place. There are the feats going over, but HLE have taken down the mid laner, and they're looking for a Baron now as an opportunity.
Yeah, very weird to hit 25 minutes Baron spawn, and that's when feats come through. But
yeah,
now
Baron, and it is extraordinarily low. Teleport available for Zeka, and HLE need to get in here. It's down to 50% health. Voidseeker this time is going to miss, and now the teleport's coming in. The Baron's extremely low as Delight goes in. It is going to be the Baron secured by Nongshim, but the ulti into the backline from Zeka might be the end of Gideon. No, Blast Cone is going to make sure that that one does not happen, and they'll keep a few of these Barons alive, and maybe, if you're Nongshim, you're just saying it's kind of worth. I mean, it's still 1,000 gold in the...
what HLE can do here, because it looks like they're planning to take this mid inhibitor tower, and I think if that goes down, you start to feel less okay.
I'm going to say that it's probably worth for HLE at this point in time, as taking this inhibitor going to provide them with a whole lot of strength in this lead up towards the next dragon, and it'll lead up towards the next
dragon. We will be hearing a lot. Viper does have the GA, and it's starting to pick up some armor pen. I mean, there wasn't that much armor on the other side. Still want it. But could be a much
certainly getting thrown into the washing machine over and over again, and probably just wants to not let that wombo combo be the death of him every single. Yeah. Okay, in comes Zeus, and Gideon from over the wall. I think they know that it's a bit of a shaky Peanut when it comes to the smites. So if Gideon can get in there and make them nervous, it could be a tough one. Oh! He just flashes in! They dive on top of the Xayah, who does go down to the GA pretty immediately. And now Fisher's in amongst it. Kingen trying to get out of there. The problem is, Viper comes back alive. And then they threw their kitchen sink, and Viper said, I don't mind. That's actually okay. We'll take the objective.
Yeah, the GA buy really paying off there.
Yeah, I would say that like this is where you should probably have a look at the inventories. I don't know whether they would have made the same play, as that buffer was kind of cute, but Lance is still going to die. Viper going to be able to take down his ex-Griffin teammate on the bottom side of the map, and yeah, HLE just continue about their business.
I mean, do you want to play around the fact that Viper doesn't have that, but without Vild?
Yeah, then what's the point? That's a bit of a dangerous one, as yep, there's the Keeper's Verdict from the Shadows, and Kingen's now out of the fight. That is going to be a free Baron, because they also had the Nature's Grasp just to make sure that no one could get in.
You know, I'm just not really sure what Gideon was doing there, specifically. As undesirable as possible for the Vi, but there's still just not really a better target, unless Zeka massively misplays all his moves.
This turret is very dead.
Yeah, they're going for the long flank here.
Can they do that before the Nexus explodes? That's the big question, as even HLE are a bit confused about where Gideon is as he walks over the wards now. All right, charging up that Vault Breaker. Will be able to get in, but Delight just says, no, my friend, that is not going to happen. The ulti through from Zeka there as well. Blastcone's kind of frustrating as now everyone's piling in. Viper goes golden, but he's in amongst so many bad guys, gets a big shield, and he has already ulted, but he kills two of them on his way out. It's Lehens that poetically gets the kill, but it is still the end of the game as HLE will march down this bottom lane and look to take down the turrets.
You know, the Miracle Arakan steal kept them in the game, but Nongshim just can't do enough. The peel available to HLE, they shut down the flank attempt from Gideon, and even though Viper does go down in the end, enough damage is done, and HLE will claim their first Nexus of the series.
Yep. You can see that, you know, the spirits were not too down on the side of Nongshim. Kingen having a bit of a giggle here. I think they knew that they were gifted another chance in this game. Didn't quite...
Like, it's weaker now than it was, but it's very much a lane where, like, the mid-game spike was, like, the driving force.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn, things get a little bit worse before they get better for G-Will and the hands.
Ooh, nice bubble. Will connect here. Tidal Wave to follow up as Delight comes on over, gives a bit of a shield here to Peanut, who does have the Crescent Guard up and available. Light Binding, the full combo. Empress Divide needs to be flashed there from Zeka, but now he's in an awkward position. Peanut coming back in again because he identifies Gideon has no damage, and in fact, no one does. And in fact, no one's going to die. What feels like forever.
Yeah, he's within the storm for now, so it's gone pretty okay, all things considered, and he is going to get that big mid-game spike.
On our sheet in front of us with the cool stats on it, as we might have First Blood just being replaced only a few seconds later as Kingin. That's a great flash. As Zeka comes in as well, and may just die to the ramped up turret. It's kind of hilarious. Tidal Wave is going to connect onto Viper here as well. Has to flash the bubble. And there's a lot of action, and we still haven't replaced that First Blood.
Were they aware? Like, as soon as the timer passed, everyone starts fighting.
Yeah,
like,
I think that must have been it. They're like, we're going to break this one.
They're like saying in all chat, guys, give it 20 seconds.
That's unfortunate. As, all right, Zeka will find the Emperor's Divide onto Kingin. Is it First Blood? Wow, that was a Narnian ultimate from Gideon, but it scared them enough to get Kingin out of there.
Oh, we'll watch this replay first.
Yeah.
Current prediction. So the ult just clears the entire wave. Cruxy even goes in for the cannon minion. It's like, get out of here.
Even manages to get Flames bit of value onto Peanut on his way out as well.
I like how we get the pro view point of view when there's no kill. That's how lack of kills this game is. I think, I could...
I'm thinking it's like 9...
no, sorry, 20. I'll go 21. 21.
Otacon is just going down.
Oh, this could be it!
Oh no! Viper and Delight both just cooked together, and there it is! First Blood at 20-50! And it's Kingin that takes down Delight. Zeka now looking to try and stop them from taking this Otacon down, as Peanut going to be pushed away. Wind becomes lightning coming on in there. Fisher down relatively low. They get rid of the Azir. But Zeus comes in. That is going to keep Peanut alive. Viper fighting against King, and there are a lot of traps all over.
Very
And if your lands, just in general, who does spend most of his time dying? Zeus is just going to walk at Fisher here. It's looking super effective. As now we've got another fight, as Peanut getting absolutely slaughtered. Gets himself a decent shield though, and in fact his ultimate's going to be coming up very, very soon. Kingin getting low as Viper grabs it with a Peacemaker. That was adorable. Peanut going to get spotted out here as Viper's going to need to flash over. He does so. Light Binding not going to connect as now Gio way too far up, but there's the knock up from Peanut. That is going to spell his death as now the flash in. The two-man taunt and Zeka scoops them all up. HLE, I mean, they may not have got First Blood, but they killed the rest of them.
When it rains, it pours, and we get some kills coming in. HLE clean up. Probably.
Because nothing else happened prior to that. As Hens, he could die, but there is Gideon in the vicinity, and Zeka needs to go golden. Are enough traps going to be going down here as Emperor's Divide delivers a pig towards Delight and Viper. That equalizer actually isn't the greatest. And Nongshim were able to walk this one off.
You know, I joked before about Nami being tanky.
Do so much damage before. That really was a bit of a letdown.
Well, if you look at Zeus' items, you can see all the arm. Oh, no, he doesn't have any armor.
Right.
Suspicious. Interesting.
Very strange.
Yeah.
This Otacon is... Okay, Peanut coming on in. Let's see whether he can cause some sort of ruckus as Gideon already going down low. Zeka splits up the fight, but there's a lot of damage from Fisher here. The Tidal Wave helping out really well. But Gideon goes down first. And now the heroic exit there from Zeus. But they're all on the barbecue! And they just back away as Otacon is left to the Wolves. Or they're going for like a re-engage. I have no idea, but they're sort of still here and sort of not. Zeus has teleport, and so he can make his way back if they would like him to be there. And now they're just going to get gifted Otacon. No, he's going to reset. This is so weird. That was so strange. I have no idea what just happened there, but it was, I think, okay for HLE. Kingin moving in, doesn't have equalizer for the next little while.
Zeka's coming back and hex-gated.
Yeah.
He's hex-gating again.
Oh, he's getting on in there. There's the taunt. It's going to connect onto Kingin, but he is able to cook them. Takes down the smite. That is absolutely huge as now Zeka gets out of the way of the culling, but it's not enough to save the gargoyle. And I'm still confused. This Otacon has just been running amok.
Wait, we're hex-gating more. We're back in. Bro, 2-0 Gen G earlier, and this game feels more odd.
Yeah, right? That's because Bro are the best team in Korea. We knew that from the Casper Cup.
Yeah, I mean, they are the Casper Cup champions. Yeah. The last time Gen G won, something was all the way back in MSI. Yeah, so a lot of focus on the Gideon to get rid of the smite.
As well. Peanut, if he can steal it away, certainly still incredibly valuable. as Hextech Soul was, I believe, secured by HLE in the meantime as well, so that is going to be a whole lot of power, especially with the Caitlyn. My goodness. As Jiwoo leading the charges. Yeah, what? I don't think they can't technically die, but Viper won't need that many shots in order to do it. So annoying. Yeah, Bazinga. All right, in goes Peanut. It's a gargoyle delivery system as they knock up Kingin and evict him from the area. Emperor's Divide connects onto a couple. Everyone is sent packing. And yeah, you may not necessarily die, but you give over 400 gold in a Baron. Probably not worth. 0-3, so he's already dealing a lot of damage. Oh man, Zeka going to be able to move towards his top side, utilize these Barons, and rank 3 ultimate, you know, like earlier because of that. It was all the blood pedal.
Yep.
That's all right, HLE. Okay, Tidal Wave going to come in there. The cleanse going to be used from Viper as a whole bunch of buttons are now on cooldown. But I think that Nongshim used a few more. Yeah, 4 of them now on CD, and Fisher is doing his best to put his on CD as much as possible. As HLE are just going to continue marching forward because their health bars have not been changed. Because now, connected to every attack, they now have basically an ultimate ability that slows down everyone in an AoE. It's just nutty. This Hextech Soul is no joke. And Nongshim, they are good at
get autoed by Rapid Fire Caitlyn and your whole team is slowed.
Yeah. Or the turret just explodes.
That works too.
My goodness. Okay, yeah. Caitlyn doing some damage as Viper is going to be able to finish off the inhibitor. It's a bit of a fake out. Zeka is
Get to do a single thing and
in the LCK Cup.
He is staring down 0-11. It is approaching.
Yeah. Well,
there he goes.
He's going to press his ultimate button. Fisher is desperately trying to get himself a kill as the equalizer comes through. There's a heroic exit that is going to be interrupted, and HLE get themselves out of there.
You know, he nearly did get Peanut below half health.
He did.
Nearly got Zeus below half
and he
health.
made it so that Peanut had to move from where he was going to be otherwise.
True. Oh, they make it mid-tier 1.
Oh, in trade for an inhibitor top lane.
They gave up on it. They don't want it anymore.
Okay, then maybe they don't actually have to give away their inhibitor top lane. As Delight also taking way too much damage here. Fisher has come through to do an auto attack. That was cool. Teleport is going to bring Zeus into the fold though. And him, as far as the front line is concerned, is looking pretty dangerous. These final sparks not doing as much damage as we can sometimes see from Alux, but she is very supportive with the redemption completed as well as the Chaos. And we do all the damage. This is where we steal the Elder. This is where maybe you just lose as they're teleporting into the base.
Oh, the base,
to end the game.
Kingen needs to go. He's the one with TP.
Well, Nexus Turret 1 is dead. Nexus Turret number 2 is dead. Fisher is almost dead. Lehens is, in fact, dead. There's a knock-up onto Gideon as they're just diving forward. They're going to win the team fight and the game at the same time as it's a double to come down for Viper. And Fisher is likely to not die. Wait, he's dead. I said likely to not die. I meant the other way around. Zeka is wanting to kill Kingen, his ex-teammate, before actually killing the Nexus. I think he ran out of minion wave there as well. But he's just going to follow him. And Superman is going to help out. And thumbs up occurring all over the place. Oh, the scrap shield!
He's scrappy.
And the minions, they get it done in the end as well as Leandri's. And so that is going to be Zeka going golden. Didn't time it quite right as HLE are delaying as best they can. And that is going to be the 2-0 successful there.